Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn November 21, 2022. The moon moves into your resources sector for a stay of over 2 days, and you're inclined to want to play things safe. You prefer a steady pace, but your mood could take you on a bit of a ride in the first half of the day. You could teeter between wanting to keep things light and straightforward and craving more depth and meaning from your interactions. Still, as the day advances, you're far less sensitive to what others may think or do, increasing your ability to concentrate. It becomes quite natural to center yourself and build your strength or sense of security. Grounding, comforting, and familiar activities appeal and benefit you most. It's time to batten down the hatches once again. Cosmic storms are whispering that demons are in the shadows. Mighty Mars, our planet of sex, drive, and passion, will clash with a cranky Neptune across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of partnership. Be cautious at all costs. Drama around your public image and relationships may now be here for you to face. Some people filled with hate may have terrible opinions about you or your significant other. Don't try to fight a losing battle. Wait for damage control until after the storms pass. Do you feel supported by your professional commitments? Expect to have a clearer idea of who and what is worth entertaining when Neptune retrograde in Pisces squares Mars retrograde in Gemini. You might feel pulled in a few different directions, especially if you have committed yourself to various professional opportunities. However, not every arrangement is purposeful, so you may have come to terms with letting go of some of your duties, commitments, and partnerships. If you want to move forward in your career, then you will need to prioritize the most important agreements. The moon's first visit to your income sector since Mercury ended all planetary activity on this side of the financial fence is doing more than just giving you a sharper nose for money. The moon has returned to find that the support network that Mercury had established with planets on the job and career fronts is not only still there but strengthening. This makes the moon's monthly visits more than enough to steer the rest of this professional year in a lucrative direction. You could be incredibly stressed out today. Do you sometimes feel like everyone's therapist? Do others come to you and dump their sorrows and concerns, but you're too good a friend to reject them in their hour of need? If this is the case, you need to become unavailable in a hurry. Do something special for yourself. The little things you do to make yourself feel good may not be luxuries, but rather necessities, given the kind of week you've been having. It's okay to give yourself a boost every now and then. If you've been thinking of getting married or having a child, this is an excellent day to make a move in that direction. With this vibration, rejuvenation, birth, and starting anew is what the essence is all about. Don't sit on your feelings and thoughts today. Talk with your loved one about your desires to see if your feelings are shared. Carefully consider making a commitment to a life change of this nature. You'll be glad that you did. It's important to know if your partner is thinking along the same lines as you are. What a difference a day can make. It was just yesterday that the moon spent its final hours in Virgo, clashed with Neptune and Jupiter, both in retrograde motion in your relationship sector. Yet even before any personal or relationship tension can completely roll back, everything turns around. As the Sun spends his last weekend in your communication sector and Jupiter his last in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, they move into a friendly aspect. The fact that the moon has just moved through Virgo stirring things up has been a blessing in disguise. The moon's clash with Jupiter and Neptune in your relationship sector before leaving Virgo yesterday may have pushed some buttons, but there is a chance today to reap the benefits. This has been a chance to flush things out before today's alignment between the Sun, in his last weekend in your communication sector, and Jupiter, in his last weekend in retrograde motion in your relationship sector begins. This gives this powerful chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice, something to work with. Daily Planetary Overview. Today, the moon sextiles Mercury and Venus, and will feel a strong work ethic and determination to get things done. But as the moon aspects Venus, you could be cautious about letting down your guard with people, and you might even be somewhat defensive. You have to face up to an inner test of strength, constantly pressured by other people's problems. They might even hurt your feelings or wind you up. Take a constructive approach to this difficult situation by seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen your own position and to emerge from the argument with greater self-confidence. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. The sun is in the last degrees of Scorpio, pushing us to rush through our emotions. If you can tap into your reservoir of charm and compassion, you can make it through a challenging morning without too many issues. You have every right to simply have fun with others, but with this attitude you rarely experience the feeling of true love. Being a great heartbreaker limits your experiences, not allowing anyone to break through the barrier you place around yourself. You feel sad and lonely and wonder what it is you're missing. Later, it's a great time to reach out to the people you care about. If you haven't spoken to certain friends or family members in a long time, pick up the phone or send a message to check in with them. The pleasant energy of the evening will inspire you to share. Don't hesitate to let your emotions and intentions be known at this time. Just after midnight, the Virgo moon opposes Jupiter in Pisces, reminding us of the risk of excess. Be mindful of any late-night eating or drinking that could bother your gut. Many of us will be asleep at this hour, and we may be offered guidance in our dreams that bears relevance to waking life, where idealistic or grandiose thinking can get us into trouble. The moon then enters a short void lasting only a couple of hours. You will have to put up with unpleasantness in your private life, being asked repeatedly to take a stance on awkward conflicts. Some decisions may be taken that cause you great pain. Try to see this phase as a chance for inner growth. If you find the right way of doing things, you will be successful. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. Constantly tempted to seek pleasure for yourself, you don't even consider the thought of sharing intimate moments with another. If this is the way you feel, your attitude may satisfy you in the short term, but you notice something is missing, you're disenchanted. Practice self-restraint, reflect on your conduct. In the pre-dawn hours, the moon enters Libra, ending its short void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional equilibrium hinges on the stability of our relationships and our environments. Unjust or uncivilized interactions can be disturbing to us. We prefer to keep things light and friendly now, avoiding contention through diplomacy. Aim to be discerning and accept things for what they are instead of what you want them to be.